Hello and welcome back to the Age of Mythology Classics, episode number 12. Two 1v1s tonight, and it's going to be fun, I hope. I'm your host, Colonel JJ. That's the talking voice that'll lead you through these games. So how about we step into the time machine and just nerd it up for the next hour and a half and see how these games go. So yeah, a couple old games, over a decade old. I know the second one, Action versus Sensuy, is from like 2008, 2009, I think. Firefox versus biidOw, which will be the first one we get into, is from about 2011-ish. So these are old games, old players. Let's see how it goes. Let me one sec. Check and see, and okay, we're good. We're good to go. Firefox versus biidOw. It says it's on Ghost Lake. And here we go. Ra versus Thor on Ghost Lake. The olden days. Your resources spawn all sorts of craziness. We got the berries clustered on this gold mine. Oh, nice hunt I'm looking at for the, whoa, this is like hunt at its finest right here. 4 aurochs right next to each other on Ghost Lake. And he's got a polar bear here. He's got caribou there. More over here. Berries. This guy's got like hunt for days right here. Oh, this is awesome. Man, these old maps. You just never knew where these resources would spawn. And, well, right here. And oh, man, I already got some people pouring in the chat. So we'll say hello quick to Joel, Chris, Raptor AoM, Dragon AoM. Oh, man, Joel, Chris AoM, too. So these old players here, Firefox, in the Deities of Death, I believe, I'm almost positive, this is not Fox. Two different people who happened to be in the same clan that both had some strange fetish for foxes. So Firefox is not Fox, but Firefox, like Fox, also played mostly Egyptian and a lot of Ra. So interesting for me to watch this Ra and see how it goes. I'm really confused to begin with why he has 7 on hunt before he's even sending a single villager to gold or wood. This is really peculiar here, and I don't know why. It doesn't really make a ton of sense, but why not? On the Thor player, I can't really comment on other than there's a little bit of idle time right here. And more idle time. There we go. All right, nothing like standing around for a little bit. But Thor with some really, this straggler tree. Why make an ox cart? It's almost right next to the town center. So Ra versus Thor, old style Ghost Lake, really nice gold mines here, too. Oh, I am noticing. So while biidOw, he has some really nice gold mines. The Ra's gold mines, well, they're not even gold mines. It's just gold mine. Like, he's got one right here. This one, I suppose you could stretch and say is his, but it's not. So the old maps, I mean, they could be screwy. And here we can see that, like, biidOw has the second gold mine right outside his base. And, oh, man, wow, that'll be rough, depending. No, 6 to 7 is not, that's not normal. Not for Ra, anyway. And I'm also not sure why he's scouting so much either. Like, this is a ton of scouting that he doesn't really need to do. That's 25% empowerment he's losing out on. He does have Pandora's Box, which makes myth units train faster. You could see this, a lot of food like this, if you're like set and you're trying to age up at like 3 minutes. But, well, he found his second gold right away, so I don't know what he's looking for. Because really all you want to do with your Pharaoh, yeah, he's Like, he wouldn't have... Hear me out here. This is what I'm talking about. He wouldn't have to be throwing 3 villagers onto a temple, which is wildly inefficient, if he would have just sent 2 villagers earlier to the temple. Now he's having to rush his temple to try to hit Classical Age by 5 minutes. So this is just a really bad build order. Like, you really only need about... If you're on Hunt, you really... 5 is the max, but like generally I only have 3 on Hunt, and then my next one goes to gold. That way I'm not like this, where I'm building this temple with 3 villagers, and now he doesn't even have the food to advance. So why he panic built that town center, or that temple, I really don't know. No clue. This is strange. Now he doesn't have hunting dogs, which is another mistake. Because with this hunt here, you've got 400, 800, 12, 1600 hunt. The hunting dogs pays off for itself with that much hunt, along with all of this as well. So I don't know why he's didn't get that. And so he dropped the Pandora's Box relic and actually got the free Pegasus instead. I like that because Ra's scouting is pretty bad. And we've got the Thor player here. Let's talk about him for a little bit. Grabbing a second town center. So what it looks like he's going to do here is, I'm going to guess he's going to do a semi... the early armory, because why not? But I'm going to guess he's going to do like a semi-quick heroic. And typically what the best strat for Thor in this matchup, at least back on these maps, was to try to do a really big push on the second gold mine of the Ra, because Ghost Lake was kind of renowned for bad gold mines back in the day. So this is actually, without even having scouted the map, you have a pretty decent chance of being able to do a big push on a second gold mine with Ra. So like a flaming, what I'm talking is a flaming weapons push. You know, hit heroic like at like 9, maybe 10 minutes, 10, 30, and then about 11 to 12 potentially, looking for that big push on the gold mine. And now we got the Pegasus flying in. It's so weird to see Ra with a Pegasus. And he's shifting all of the goats. Oh no! That's actually pretty strong. He just shifted like 12 goats and 2 villagers. Oh man, that's just... Oh man, you gotta be prepared for that. As anybody playing against Egyptian. The old goat steal. Oh, that hurts. And 2 villagers. Oh, so that's why you'll see players against like Set or Ra will typically spread out the goats, so like 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, just to wait for that, just to plan ahead, just in case the shift happens. I actually wasn't even thinking that when I saw the Pegasus flying in, but that's what it was. I like it. Good move. He's got the Rain, Plow Husbandry, 2 Town Center. Ta, Fast Heroic. Pretty standard play. Here, it's pretty slow, though, and this is just because his build order was so bad. Like, there's no pressure. And he's getting Skin of the Rhino instead of villagers. This is at the expense of 3 villagers, the train time. 40 seconds? That's over 3 villagers, or right about, what is a villager, 14 or 12? I forget now. Train time, 14. So, essentially, 3 villagers right here that he's costing by getting Skin of the Rhino early. Maybe he was worried about like an early raid or something, but as soon as you see that second town center right there in the line that says town center, I don't know why you'd get Skin of the Rhino. But yeah, this is a pretty slow 2TC tie. You can get an 830 on pretty much any map. So he's about 30 seconds behind with Skin of the Rhino. And the Thor as I'm looking for biidOw. There we are. Oh. Oh, I see what we're doing here. Now, this is a little bit optimistic, given that he lost all of his goats. Like, realistically, what he's going to probably try to do here is a Ragnarok. He could have done it if he wouldn't have lost all 12 of his goats. And Firefox is going to spot this with his Pegasus. So really, Firefox should be able to push through and take this town center down. So now this bad gold mine isn't going to matter at all because there's not going to be any pressure on it. Now Firefox coming down, is he just planning on building his Migdal? It looks like it. And we have biidOw is already up heroic. And he's hopping in the rock here. Which the reason he's doing that is that pre-patch, the rock does actually fly a little bit faster than units move. So getting a slight assist here to get this Migdal down. And we're going to scout it out right away. And biidOw's kind of getting lucky. And he's going to find that it's here right now. Now we have Skin of the Rhino villagers. So you want to kill that Pharaoh. Very valuable. Now the Pharaoh will probably hop in the rock. Get the Pharaoh in the rock here. Okay, there you go. That's good. And we've got a troll. And really needs to get on that Pharaoh. The battle boar. Okay, Pharaoh garrison again. Yep, there we go. And yeah, this Migdal will go up. Little rock shenanigans. So slow down though. So that's actually buying quite a bit of time for biidOw. And the Petsuchos, I hope, hops back in. Oh, man. Uh-oh. Multitask. Gotta save the Pharaoh. Oh, he's trying. Didn't quite make it. So, in the end, good effort. The Migdal goes up. If he wouldn't have grabbed this third town center here, he probably would be able to stop this from ever going up. Now, Firefox got the resources. Honestly, here, I like to see a barracks too. I guess you have one barracks with 5 axemen come in, and this Migdal doesn't go down. But against Norse, I like to see the barracks, and I'm actually kind of surprised that this is a lot of unit pressure that biidOw was able to put on despite being at 3 town centers. You're already getting fortified town centers, which is really strange. I guess when you're housed, you don't have all your houses, you can get fortified town centers. We see a Petsuchos go down. The Migdal will go down. But this gold mine is mining over here. We already have a trader out coming as well. And we have a lot of Petsuchos being trained. No, I mean, the Petsuchos here, they'll do well, but not by themselves. Like, Petsuchos do full damage to Jarls. Jarls are kind of like that pseudo-hero where they get an attack bonus against myths, but they aren't technically a hero. Like, myth units do full damage to them. So if you can just keep your Petsuchos behind, like, a meat shield, you should be fine. Now, oh, this... Houston! We have a problem. biidOw did not scout this gold mine. And he does know that the trade route's here, so he'll probably just send all this army down here and stomp on the trade route. But he does not know about the gold mine here, which is a bit of a problem. Because if he were to have ran this army right here, I mean, with flaming weapons for sure. The market didn't delete it already. Yeah, with flaming weapons, he would have stopped this. Now, he should really check this because, I mean, he should know that there's more than just this one gold mine. Like, it's a pretty reasonable expectation. Nice little path block with the boar here. But you should know that this isn't just here. Whoa, Blossom Goose! Thanks for the 21 months. And, oh, the Petsuchos raid while we got the Fog of War on. Oh, no, this is why you make Petsuchos. Almost could see a Locust here, but he's doing so much damage with the Petsuchos. Why bother? And biidOw losing Villies. Fortified Town Center, just because, why not? And he's on this house because he does not know about this gold mine here. And this is so much gold. So much gold. That's being lost out here as we see another raid on the another Petsuchos raid. Oh man, I got the hill fort to kind of protect, but oh, this is rough. And this army here is getting thrown away under the towers, under the town center. And biidOw, with losing all these units, we see camels flying through the air. I don't know if he'll be able to take this Migdal spot down now. Because he's going to find it. Well, it might be too late. Might be too late. Generally, nowadays, Blossom, that time works better for me. But you can see, not all the time. I'm here. A little bit of hill fort. Oh, he sees the town center going up. We can see the polar bear slapping away in the fog of war. Did it kill anything? No, of course not. Skin on the rhino villagers. Oh, man. So the town center will be stopped for now. I think Flaming Weapons here wins this. I think it does. Does he even need to use Flaming Weapons, though? If this is all the army. Because Firefox has kind of popped out. Where is his rock? Tell me he didn't lose his rock. There it is. Okay, with his 3 Petsuchos and 4 camels here. We've already got boiling oil. And crenellations. A lot of gold in the bank, too. That's, yeah, with these Petsuchos, this will carry the fight for Firefox. Because all these Jarls are just slowly dying. It's kind of a shame to the Migdal and the villagers, which Skin of the Rhino villagers, and so biidOw's gonna have to retreat, and he's gonna come on these Petsuchos, but nope, now he's gonna run away. Yeah, does. Here's that barracks I was talking about. A lot of pure infantry here. The Axemen will have a good time as long as they don't target the only cavalry unit that's here, and it looks like they're kind of doing that. Alright, the X-Men, I mean, only 5 versus like 10. That's not going to work out. Eco upgrades. Pretty good. Pretty good eco upgrades. Nothing for armory. And first line for biidOw. So, now we have the flaming weapons to secure this position and to try to push through here. Where did that rock go? The rock is kind of like out of position, like over and over. And a trade route here, well, it's there, I guess. But in the end, a push through on this gold mine does work. And biidOw will take full control of the map. But we have the Petsuchos here, and Petsuchos versus, even though these Huskar have high pierce, they don't really do a whole lot against Petsuchos. And now we need, biidOw needs to come back over here. And fast, because if he can secure this spot and come up 4-2 town centers, I really don't see how Firefox would be able to hold against a late game Rag. But we'll see what happens. Should probably split the Hersier off of this so this army comes down faster. Question in chat, why do people play on Voobly? Because that's where the original game is played, and the original game is smoother, runs better than the extended edition. It's a little bit hard, tricky sometimes to get it to work on modern machines, because Windows 10 sometimes has problems with it, but that's why. The extended edition is laggy and runs poorly for a lot of people. But now we've got this big fight here, I think with all 100. How many villagers has he got? At least 30. He's got 30 villagers. Panic building this town center. Will it go up? Like, if these camels were to have come up here. Oh, this battle board is trying to get in on it. Oh, you got to get on the Pharaoh. As soon as he empowers, this is going up. Okay, the town center will go up. Oh, the raiding camels. So in the end, this raiding camels was actually worth it. And a town center must still be sending villagers down here because they keep getting picked off one at a time. Nice raid. Firefox still holding on to Locust, and now he is at 3 town centers. He has a ton of resources in the bank. And these Petsuchos. This is why you asked, Raptor. This is why. And now he's building the market there. I assume we'll build another one down there, but it's there for now. The dwarves are mining way up here. We have a Migdal being built. Really, the Ra should win at this point. biidOw is at full pop, a lot of wood. I'm guessing it's going to still go into that late game Ragnarok. And we'll see what goes on from there. Nice map control with biidOw over here, building the hill fort. And yes, after making full... now he's got armory upgrades. Well, yeah, earlier he didn't. With that 5-minute armory upgrade. And now... so Firefox, he's got resources, but did not... or does not have much of an army. And now he's finally getting them. This one crocodile is like making some strange movements. And these crocs here, I think biidOw should just fall back and not fight now. Because he's not going to win this. Not with all the Petsuchos. You gotta be careful with it. You gotta get them in. There you go. Okay. As long as you have just a little bit of a meat shield, these Hersiers should never really reach the Petsuchos. And now we've got 5 of these things just mowing down units. And biidOw is trying his best. See a little bit. Oh, a random siege tower came up here. Trying his best, and I mean, they're fighting, but you got another tower coming up. Another market inefficiently played. We're the best players. By fire, do you mean PG Fire? Because, yeah, he was the guy back in the original AoM. But best players now would be Magic. Chemo. You probably never heard of him. There's not very many old players still playing. Magic is probably the oldest good player. I still play, but I wouldn't say I'm good. And yeah, we can see that Firefox is taking control of this. When is it worth getting? It's... The question is, when is it worth getting the Petsuchos upgrade? So let's talk about it real quick. So the Petsuchos upgrade here is pretty expensive. 400 wood, which, I mean, isn't a big deal, I guess, because wood's pretty cheap. But it's 20 favor. So you basically be giving up the Petsuchos and more to get it. I'd say it's not often worth it. About the only time is once you've started fighting at pop space and you're not really losing Petsuchos anymore. But it's pretty rare. I mean, it's not a bad upgrade. What was it? 6 range or 4? 6 range. I mean, that 6 range brings them all the way up to 26, which is crazy high. But you might as well not get it until you're at pop cap. And once you're at pop cap, you're probably going to be aging up to mythic pretty soon after that. In which case, you might as well save your favor for mythic upgrades or Titan Gate. Now, this is not a good fight here for Firefox. He's too far forward. He still might win it because there's no heroes here. I think yeah, that wasn't a super good fight. He lost a few of his Petsuchos here. I don't know why he's really pushing forward, because when you think about it, winning this fight without siege doesn't really... I mean, what's the point? Like, he's not really going to take control of this. And he is. All the villagers coming through down here. I think Magic was, like, expert staff when he was, like, 13 or 14. Maybe. Something like that. I think he was maybe 14 back in 2005. So that puts him what? Almost 30 now. Now we've got a better trade route. There we go. And the empowerment. And this gold mine is out. Doesn't really matter because he's got tons of gold and a really nice trade route. And he's empowering it. These villagers are probably just going to come forward at this point and fight. Or not. And here's the Balder. So, biidOw, full pop. A lot of Ulfsarks here. He lost his hill fort and his other hill fort that he was mostly had built. Now, does he use it right away or not? His armory upgrades aren't super great. 60, 70. He's only got maybe 80 villagers. A nice trade route, though. All these villagers could actually, if they aren't noticed, could be a bit of a problem. So I think this would be where biidOw could lose it, is if he attacks with his Ragnarok here. Because this is the most fortified spot on the map. We've got the upgraded towers, all the building upgrades. Realistically, what biidOw should do is probably Ragnarok Titan. Because there's a pretty big danger where if he Ragnaroks, given how upgraded all of these buildings are, I don't know if he's going to push through anywhere. As there's towers everywhere, and he's building towers up here with walls. So, okay, alright, biidOw did notice this. Gonna have to deal with it, though. Got a little bit, just not quite on the edge of the map. This one not quite on the edge either, but is empowered. So it looks like that's maybe what biidOw is doing. He's either waiting to get full armory upgrades or a Titan. I think the play here is Titan, in which case he needs to get some more favor. Because, yeah, you're not... I mean, if he goes Rag in full powers here, he could probably take this down. But I don't think he would go... There's no way he would take 2 spots down. And I don't know if that would win it for him. I mean, he has a huge economy. Just traipsing along on the edge of the map. One villager there. Building the siege workshop. Is Firefox advancing yet? No, he's not. He's stuck in heroic age right now. He really needs to lay off the trade route now and just work on aging up. He's going to do a rock drop. I think he is also anticipating a Titan. So I would assume he'll go up Osiris. Be the right thing to do. What kind of upgrades he's got? Decent. But you can't really afford to go Tornado here, because then you're not going to be able to reasonably kill Fire Giant. And that last villager has been scouted. Deleted the market over there. And Mr. Destructo with the host. Thanks for that, bud. We're watching, those who are just coming in, we're watching a game from 2009. No, this was from about 2011. Firefox versus biidOw. It's turning into a bit of a slugfest here. We've got biidOw holding on to a Ragnarok. Firefox stuck in heroic age with 4,000 wood and nothing else. Still auto-queuing these camel caravans until he can get, I don't know if he's trying to see how many he can get before he ages up. So Firefox is ready for this Ragnarok. biidOw is... He just spent his favor on something that I'm not sure that he spent it on. What did he spend all of his favor on? Oh, man. That's my kind of macro. Yeah, why not? Oh, no, the rock drop with the siege. Oh. And the pestle, or the locust to kill all the villains. Oh, man. There it goes. There it goes. I mean, I guess it's... Oh, he's even got villagers in here. Now what? Dwarf's coming up here. Is this going to force like a premature Ragnarok now that he doesn't have any economy? Oh, man. So that locust... Well, look at these ox cart placements. I love it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. That these... I don't know why these caravans are idle. Not really sure. But biidOw's kind of in a bit of a bind here. He's got this nice push going on up here. The Osarks are just standing around. biidOw is biidOw. He is an old player. He is a top Thor player. I mean, not super top. Like, biidOw would kind of be like your second or third tier player. As far as like, you know, you got expert, and then, you know, he's like the maybe the S tier. Or the A tier, I mean, not S, as you were putting in Boyd's thing here. But yeah, if you could go back in time, would you teach players how to play AoM or invest in Bitcoin? You only have one of those two options. But I'm kind of worried about biidOw. He's got this push going on up here that's not pushing anything. A lot of towers. These siege are going to siege all this crap down. And aerials with the sub. Appreciate that. Yeah, now you can put my face in the chat. I like it. And we've got Osarks that aren't really super upgraded. Slowly taken down. So we'll note that we've got all these building upgrades here. And biidOw has the score lead and a lot of resources, but I'm kind of worried about him. I love it. Another question. Why is Age of Empires more popular than AoM? Because it's a better game. AoM is a game of gimmicks. I love it. Why I'm playing it, but AoE, it's just, when you're talking about a competitive RTS, it's not AoM. There's just too much goofiness in the game. And there's just something intangible about Age of Empires that just made it so good. Like, it's a fantastic game. It's too much work for me. Look at this Osark. He just ran right through the Migdol. But yeah, it's just too much work. And oh, while I was talking about this, we missed a Ragnarok. So we had a Rag with, for some reason, he's only got the first line of armory upgrades. And I really have no idea what this Ragnarok is going to do, other than lose biidOw the game. And Firefox, I think, is planning on winning in Heroic Age. Oh man, AoM is more balanced than AoE 2. I don't think so. AoE 2 just has a different kind of balance. But anyway, nobody cares about AoE 2 here. We're watching AoM. We got all this up here. This is not going to work. We got these I don't know if he like put all these Ulfsarks on like passive stance a long time ago or something. Cause wait, I mean you can't. I guess they can't be. Well, yeah, they can. I don't know what. I don't. They gave up. You're just taking up pop space, just like all these units are just taking up pop space. So, yeah, I don't know. That was a Ragnarok that, as anticipated, didn't do anything. I don't know why the Ulfsarks aren't attacking. And these are going to come wandering up here. They might kill a Migdol, and that's about it. As I said, biidOw could have done this about 10 minutes ago, is he could have done Ragnarok in a Titan Gate. And now he's used his Ragnarok and does not have a Titan Gate. And Firefox, I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea why he isn't up yet. No clue. No clue at all. I love these old games. Like, just put yourself. I mean, even 2009, or no, this is 2011, I think. whatever it is, even by then, like the game was kind of like mostly figured out then. Like people knew what to do, but you can still see how like the skill level just overall just still isn't that great. But I mean, imagine yourself in 2010, 2011, and you're watching this game or playing it, and you're like, man, I'm playing so good. And really, you're not. And it can be so much better. But I mean, this was considered like the game of the month back then. That's why I'm watching it. And yeah, people must have thought this was just great. Which, I mean, I guess it's amusing. But yeah, it's just that, you know, as time goes on, you realize that things weren't as good as they were. Like, because, I mean, honestly, like for me, back in 2005, I thought I was like the god. I was the raw god. And now I watch my games back then, which I don't often. I'm like, man, I sucked. I mean, that happens now too. Anyway, I watch my recorded games now, which I try not to because it's too depressing. But man, we got this big push here. This big push coming through. Again, what Firefox has been doing this entire time, 30 minutes in Heroic Age, I wish I could figure it out. I mean, he's got this really nice barracks units raid going on here. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, Firefox now has no gold because he just spent it all on his plethora of mercs, and his trade route isn't existing currently. So I thought like this. Oh, the 8 siege tower rock drop. Yeah, pour it on. Because why have 4 when 8 can do it too? He's trying to one-shot every town center. Now, here's the question. Oh, man. I did not end Maiden's career. He was probably having more fun playing Age of Empires 2 anyway. But yeah, I like it. The 8 siege tower drop. Smashing away at the market. And oh no, does he have another market? Oh no, he has no wood. He's not going to be able to rebuild his market. And he's losing his reg here to these units. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm kind of sensing something here where Firefox sends down like 10 army units and just clears out this entire base. Oh, the rock's almost dead. Oh no, the other rock is almost dead too. Oh. Again, why are these units just standing here? What's wrong with biidOw's units? Well, a bunch of heroes, like these villagers are all standing here farming and like, yes, the rank heroes are here to save the day, but they're not. They're just there to watch. And in the meantime, we've got about 100 fire giants over here. If Firefox could ever get Osiris, he could potentially deal with them. But instead, he's making Heroic Age priests that will never kill fire giants. And we've got a bit of a game on our hands here where we got the still got these Ragnarok. This must be something that like biidOw is doing with his units. He must be putting them in like stand ground stance for whatever reason. And so they're just standing there watching these siege towers just completely shred everything. Do we have another rock drop? Because oh ho ho ho, we got more rocks. Like I know these rocks look pretty unstoppable, but let's be real, if he sent like one of these fire giants home, these rock drops wouldn't be happening. But I can see what's gonna happen here is that this rock is gonna pick these towers up, and he's gonna come down here and rock drop the last town center, and biidOw will not be able to rebuild anything. Ha ha ha. He did have a no. Okay, he is rebuilding a market. Cause I worry about him. Of course, this rock is almost dead. And there it goes. So these will be down. But I could see... Oh, wait a minute here. Alright, the eight caravan, the 8 gold caravan. No, biidOw is not Boit. biidOw is biidOw. He played for about 4 or 5 years. I used to play against him once in a while. Pretty decent Norse player, as you could see. And I think we kind of got both players. They're kind of like frozen in time. It almost looks like the recorded game went out of sync. I hope it didn't. Okay, it didn't. But I think both players are trying to figure out what is going to happen next. I'm trying. Everybody's having a smoke break. But, like, I don't understand this. I really don't. Oh, okay. The fire giant got a stretch in, and now they're ready to go. Like this will kill all of that. Like you might as well just attack with your fire giants. And the Gudam also raiding with 1 viewer, but 1 is better than 0, and I appreciate that. So thank you and welcome. As we have the Axeman raid again. If we just had 1 fire giant back here in this base, like, this would all be fine. But instead, they're all up here mowing down villagers. Oh, man, I love it. We got this sneak villager back here. He's going to accomplish something. Yeah, I don't know why biidOw, like, isn't trying to, like, rebuild any of his town centers or anything. Because Firefox... Oh, we got to... I mean, could potentially just walk down here and grab it. Grabbing this town center, too, is a little bit strange. Does he have anything gathering wood? He doesn't. So, man, we've reached like a definite lull in the game here where nothing is happening. We've got Firefox has repositioned his market. Still in the heroic age. Bringing in... now 22 gold a trip here. Kerka King, Kersia King also followed. Throwing away a few units here. I like it. It'll work out really well. And you got the Axemen trying to kill a house, but not. Remember, these are the best, some of the best players back in 2011 here. So you guys watch and be amazed. What kind of eco or armory upgrades we got here for these Axemen? Pretty decent. Second line, actually. And we've got a third line for the Pierce. Okay, Axemen raid dealt with. Uh-oh. Oh, just 1? Oh, he's going to rock drop the market. That's great. Yes, do it. He's got the Pegasus here. Yes, the 1. This actually will do a lot of damage. It actually will. Because it's going to stop his trade route for a while. I guess he does have another one. So all these caravan, though, will go walking over here. Now they're going to come back over here. These villagers coming down because why not? He's got nothing else. Oh, we've got Osiris ticking up. Oh, I think Firefox maybe wins with the Titan. I don't know. But we'll see. We got this 2 hit point Rag hero here. He's about to face off against 21 villagers. And we'll see. He might be just on stand ground. Yep, he sure is. There he is. Oh, man. Dies without even doing any damage. And yes, I am having a very good stream, Destructible. This is just game 1 of 2 here. And we've got another game coming up. But this town center... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The town center is going up. So Firefox is going to be at 3 town centers and almost up to age 3. So, and then we're going to have a mummy that's going to be able to pick apart the fire giants. We're going to have Osiris. The fire giants will eventually come over here. And we've got the idle caravans again. Yeah, Firefox is definitely going to get a Titan. And there's no way. No way at all. We see he's getting his second Pharaoh right now. There's no way that biidOw would be able to get his own Titan. So I think that's how it ends. Gotta flatten these houses. Where's these fire giant anyway? There they are. Gotta get this town center up. biidOw has been at pop space for a very long time. Hasn't been able to do anything. We got the rock here. Man, I would be so overjoyed if like the mummy and all these got in the rock and then they got shot down by some trolls or some fire giants. Oh, let's watch it. Oh, yes. The roastage. It's too bad their Skin of the Rhino bills or they all would have died. But yeah, I do too, Victor. They like both like just stopped playing, it seems like. It kind of just did nothing for a while. And we've got the market is back. I made 4 to 2 town centers. Like if biidOw could like figure this out here. To like figure out what to do. Like I think he has a chance, but I feel like Firefox can win with getting a Titan. Though he's spending his favor on something. I don't know, mummies? Yeah, he is. He's spending his favor on mummies. We got this one trying to waddle on off. The old crypt walk here. You can get away. There you go. Not the crypt walk. It's actually the crypt walk. Right there. And, I don't know if he's going to be able to get this down now that Osiris is here with all these priests. Because outside of the fire giants, biidOw has no army. And we just heard, no, that was a mummy. That was another mummy that came out somewhere. And, they're trying to get in range. Trying. Oh, they're really trying hard. No, don't. Oh, they stopped. Oh, if they would have kept going. Well, they're going to get out anyway. Oh, here's a third one. And this is a lot of units here that aren't exactly doing a whole lot. As long as the mummy isn't paying attention, that's a free kill. Oh, he noticed. Oh, dead before he could finish. But something tells me this pushes. As soon as he gets a few siege, he's going to have towers for days, I think. I mean, he still has a pretty bad trade route, but I mean, look how many caravans he's got. I don't know why he doesn't remake it over here. And Osiris getting plugged away. He's at what? Yeah, 66% health. Mercenaries coming. Did the mummies all get taken out? It looks like they did. So the mummies are dead. But before the patch, Hero Ballista do so little damage to buildings. Like, this push will take forever. And ever and ever. And this town center is going to go down. Okay, that one is almost dead. Get the other one. I mean, I guess Son of Osiris is the only thing here that's really doing damage. I'd like to see the town center shooting at the Osiris to get it down. So he survives for now, but as soon as we get some catapults here, this town center will go down. And Firefox can kind of defend for a very long time. Another problem too with Ballista. I think I fixed it in the patch, is that they miss like they miss 33% of their arrows when targeting towers. So you kind of gotta watch for that. Same thing for walls, but I think that's fixed in both Extended Edition and on the patch. Well, I mean, where's the trade route? Oh, he remade. This is gonna be so big for Firefox. Getting more trade, but it's going to take a little bit for that trade to trickle in. So will biidOw be able to push this town center down before the trade is able to drop off. Now, he can sell resources. We've got 4,000 resources he can sell. I don't know what the prices are, but he can definitely sell. Now, where's the fire giants? They're here. biidOw's eco is not good. Like, as soon as Firefox's caravans start dropping off, his gold limit is going to go bonkers, and then he can spam mercenaries from both fronts. Oh, so we'll see. The town center will go down. He's out of gold now. He isn't selling any. So the town center is down. But can biidOw hold it? Will he be able to hold its position? I'm not sure. Well, Cyrus is kind of in the wrong spot here. Oh, he's only at 24 health. Must have got surrounded by some Olsarks here. Like, Osiris now is almost useless. Because you can't have him up here because one ballista shot will kill him. And... oh, yeah, okay, alright, there you go. Yeah, get him! Get him! Roast him! These poor villagers. Yeah, I like it. And just you might as well just shoot at them now. I mean, just kill them all. Alright, so the villagers did not work. They are dead. I think blue will win. No, empower works. He was empowering it earlier. At the beginning of the game, he was empowering it here. Does blue win? I don't know. Zuda, that's an old name. How you doing, man? I don't know. Like, what we see here is Firefox now has, because he's just got his trade route rolling in, he's got tons of resources. And now he's spamming out mercs from the back up here. So, if biidOw can't hold this town center down, I think he loses. He might lose anyway, because no, blue's not winning. Blue is not gonna win, because now all of his, as soon as that trade route came up, now this is what we see, and he lost his town center down here, and he has no economy. His trade route's pretty bad too. I mean, he could put it up against the corner there, and yeah, now everything's gone, and this town center is gonna go up. Anyway, this one down and this, yeah. No, I think there's going to be a pretty sudden and quick loss for blue. It's just, as soon as that trade route comes up, and he's empowering with the Osiris, might as well do that. And that town center, almost up. Oh, yeah, all these mercs. Man, I hate mercenaries. Nobody should remove them from the game. But, yeah, that's it. I think that's it. I think that's it. What I really love right now from Firefox is he's got 6,000 resources. And he's sitting at 133 and 160 pop. Oh man, I love it. But he's got upgraded towers. But yeah, I think that about does it there. With that push ended. And now the hometown center got down. And I think we are about at the end of the game. We are almost at the end. Almost. We could probably almost fast forward and get to the next game, I think, because something tells me this game, if he doesn't resign soon, he should. He's at 110 pop. He's not going to get this town center down. Never again. His mercenaries, the mummy, inexplicably using his special on the raiding cavalry instead of the fire giant. But that's okay. A little bit of a side build here attempted, but it'll just go right down. And yeah, Firefox is in complete control. We'll fast forward the end here, because I don't see anything good happening for biidOw anymore. Once the Egyptian gets that long trade route up and the mercenaries can come from any position to help defend, it's kind of over. But I think we could safely say that biidOw could have won this game. I mean, there are a lot of things he could have done, but it was fun though. I mean, it's these old games, you just see some strange stuff. That's pretty entertaining, but there we go. Alright, game over. Long one, 49 minutes. That was longer than I thought it'd end up being. And what we saw was the 90 to... We have a 70 villager reg at 30 minutes. That's not very good. And never really got any economy up again. Like, his way to win... Just get a Titan. Cast Ragnarok, get a Titan, and then he would have won. Maybe he didn't want to win with a Titan, I don't know. But, yeah. Kill-death ratio, pretty decent. But a lot of these units he killed were villagers. A lot of them he killed were villagers. But anyway, that was game 1. Hope you guys enjoyed. Game 2 should be pretty fun. It's going to be Action versus Sensuy. Which this game is from... This is a 2009 game. So Action versus Sensuy, both of them on alter names. So let's just move right on to game at number 2 here. An APM craft. Yeah, we would have seen both players around here be at like 0 APM for like a full 3 minutes. But anyway, let's move on. Our second game of the night and final game says ATB Gladiator versus MP Soup Power. This is ATB Gladiator's Action. Soup Power is Sensuy from 2009 on Marsh. So this should be fun. Let's see though what Sensuy is. Sensuy is Oranos. No, he's Greek. Hades. I didn't know Sensuy played Hades back in the day. I thought he was pure Oranos. So this is 2009 Sensuy against 2009 Action. Sensuy is still active. Occasionally. He comes back and plays. I saw him on, actually, he was on like maybe 3 weeks ago I saw him playing. And he played in a tournament maybe 6 months ago. So yeah, he plays a little bit, but he's not, I mean, he's kind of a casual play at this point. He's not what he was. Pharaoh got rejected trying to pass through here. Sensuy is Brazilian. Action! Posted 2 weeks ago asking to download, huh? Yeah, he's been gone for probably 5-6 years now. But anyway, Action was one of the best players in his era. Not like the best, but he played from probably maybe 2006, 2007 to like 2012. And he was an Egyptian player, primarily ISIS as I recall. And pretty good. Top level. Not the best, like the top of the top, but pretty good. And Sensuy, I think most players would know who he is. Sensuy was really good too. I don't know in 2009 if Sensuy was peak power though. I'd say Sensuy was peak power with Oranos, which he's not playing. So I would think this is not Sensuy at peak power. Like, I remember Sensuy from when I came back to AoM in like 2012. And he was playing Oranos and then was like one of the top 3 players. So both of these players were really good in their time period. Sensuy still plays. And Ariel, I saw it. I missed it. Kind of. But appreciate the 500 bits. I do appreciate any little bit of support. Not needed, but appreciated all the same. Because then I could tell my wife that instead of wasting my time watching recorded games, I could say, well, at least, honey, someone gave me some money. And then she's like, yeah, I like it. And then she goes and buys stuff. We do see the, not really, but actually she has once said that, she wouldn't be so up about me streaming if I didn't get any support. And Sensuy, yes, Sensuy's played in the Voobly era several times. He played in... what tournament? He played in the first tournament that me and Boyd put together in January 2020. And he's been back several times in Voobly. Yeah, he's been back and played several times. But what are we looking at here? ISIS versus Hades on Marsh. I mean, to me, we're talking pre-patch, so we have the full power Ancestors Eclipse. I feel like the Isis should win this match. Hades back then, not super awesome. Forge of Olympus cost a ton to get going. Earthquake still pretty strong, but Gastrophades weren't cheaper. The full price Gastros were like over 200 resources, so you couldn't really use them. The Ancestors Eclipse should basically Action, aka Gladiator, should be able to take control of the map in Heroic and get up Fortitude Town Centers. She's spending Twitch bucks on Bentleys. Yeah, if only we had a Bentley, huh? Ah, so much for that. Now, what I try to do with my Twitch money is I try to pencil it in with like stuff like I'll do with Cam, or maybe like some computer stuff once in a while. But like it used to be, I'd go like when stores were open and I got donations, so we'd make a quick we'd go out for breakfast or something like that, which we haven't done lately because stores are coming open, but not quite yet. The Pharaoh, I think, where is he? Oh, he's been collecting all of the relics. So he's got the Blanket of Empress Zoe, which is 5% building crush vulnerability. He's got the Nose of the Sphinx, which is plus 15% building hit points. And we've got the Wadget Eye. So he's got 2 building upgrades. I'm in Illinois. Why are stores closed? Well, because of COVID. Are you trying to joke or what? But around here, we've kind of declared COVID is over. So we see a lot of idle villas here. So they've actually opened up restaurants. Most of them are opened up now where we can eat inside. Oh man, what's COVID? This guy watching from the moon or something. So ATB Gladiator is going for a real brisk, aka Action, going for a real brisk 6-minute advance. We've got the Hades player is about a 5-minute, and he's going forward with 2 heroes and a myth unit. And I'm trying to wait to see what he's doing next. I think he's grabbing a town center because he's kind of Mars. Oh man, how's you see the rover around up there? But a little bit of villager raid here. Oh, is he grabbing a town center? Like Sensuy's got resources for a town center. And he's got a little bit of a raid here on the villagers. You gotta watch out. So you kind of gotta be scared right now. Like he should not be here. He being the Hades player at this time. Okay, he's getting out because you know the classical age is just about coming down. And here it is. And you've now got all these units here. The Sphinx, that's Sphinx. The Minotaur's dead for no reason. The Ajax is almost dead. And for not a ton of value, I guess he did push Gladiator, aka Action, off of Hunt. So Gladiator is going to have to finish up his Hunt to reach Heroic. Really, his age up was slower than it should have been. Like, if he would have aged up at a proper time, he could have stayed on Hunt, probably. Although he would have had to run to, like, this. But I think the 6-minute advance is too slow. My favorite AoM unit is the Hatairoi, because it's better than people think it is. In certain situations, the Hatairoi can do work. So the Hatairoi is my favorite myth unit in AoM. It's so fun to use. Like, I mean, it's the most mobile siege weapon in the game that can just pop out of stables wherever you build them. And, oh, the walls here. So, you see this sometimes. The walls were causing these villagers to kind of bug out. Wall segments are really... They really jack up unit movement. Like, it's almost like they don't think these walls are here. Like, you see this guy, he just face planted right into this wall. And now he's going to walk right through it. So, that's why wall segments are... You can really abuse them on the battleground. that like screw pathing up. Because you don't actually connect them, you like space them out, and then like it just completely screws pathing, like destroys it. Chimera are fun too, but that's too normalized. I like that Thyroid. Like everybody knows that Chimera is strong. People don't realize that Thyroid can be strong in certain situations. We see the prosperity coming in. Sorry, we're not talking a whole lot about the game itself because there's not a whole lot going on. We see the Hades. Here's the problem. I don't think this Hades play here, what's going on, is very good. Like, as far as should this be happening? No, because as soon as a Migdal gets put up, the Migdal units completely shred Toxotes. So these Toxotes are going to get absolutely blasted pretty soon. And then an Ancestor's Eclipse push should be able to push through and win that front there. Doing a good job to get on the Pharaoh, but he's not going to kill it. And so we're going to see, what was that, 5? Oh, no, it's not Ancestor's Eclipse, it's Petsuchos. Oh, I like it. The Petsuchos spam. That's also really strong. But yeah, we just threw all these units away for nothing. So like what the Hades probably should have done instead, 3 town centers, sit back, and try to like just delay as much as possible. Yes, the Cyclops is really fun too with the splash damage. But yeah, these walls here. Oh, still jacking this up. This dude's like, what's wrong with you people? Trying to work here. Oh yeah, somebody, if you didn't know, if you haven't seen Malzo, there is a really awesome clip with a Cyclops throw that was pretty recent. If somebody could clip or link that to him in the chat, if you haven't seen it, it's really awesome. Let's take a look at it real quick. But yeah, those things are what makes this game fun. Those cool unit interactions that do things. I'll let you know, Ariel, if I did. Sometimes we'll see. I'll give you a holler. But yeah, this push here, like, it's not gonna do anything. And he's up here. Hades player is up here and allowing this town center to get built. Like, look at all these resources. It looks like he's trying to age up, or he's either doing his best Chrono JJ impression by sitting at tons of resources while at 90 of 90 pop. Uh-oh. Ah, I got it! Oh, yes. There's the armory, but now the house, the desperate house spam here. Get them all out. Yeah, you like it? That was an awesome throw. And we're still seeing not a whole lot. So I will tell you guys, people like to claim that the game state now, players are more defensive, more passive than what they used to be. That's not true. It's always been like that. Not always. I mean, originally in the beginning of Titans, it was pretty hectic because, well, you didn't have people used to early town centers. But back in 2010, it's pretty kind of defensive here. As we see the Hades player throwing away his entire army again. Like, how many units has the Hades player killed here? I don't even know if he did kill any. He might have lost all those units there and not even killed a single thing. Like, I'm really not quite sure what Sensuy is trying to do here. Other than, like, get the worst kill-death ratio possible. But do keep in mind that these games that I'm selecting these from, blindly, are from the RTS Sanctuary Game of the Week forum. So something in this game has to happen that's really awesome. Or hopefully. They see a big resto here that'll help him stay, but really as soon as Chiron is dead, man, I forget how long restoration lasts pre-patch. Like, it seemed like that lasted forever, didn't it? But yeah, all he has to do, these chariots just need to target down the Chiron, and these Petsuchos will end up just slamming the rest of the army here. So like, turn and fight. Turn and fight. Probably empower the Migdal with the Pharaoh. And get on the Chiron. Empower the Migdal to get more... yeah, he's dead anyway. Alright, so now Petsuchos is dead. And he's got to retreat. And what kind of eco upgrades? We do see Aphrodite coming up. Eco upgrade's not super great. The only thing that's kind of saving Sensuy is that he was at 2 town centers for longer and he hasn't lost any villagers. So even though he's taking just terrible trades over and over again, he at least has a better economy. So we can see, even though Action, Gladiator, whatever, I don't know. It's kind of hard to figure out what to call these guys. Like, even though he's been taking so many good trades and hasn't had to replenish units, he's kind of way behind still in economy. So that's in a pretty decent spot. Would like to see some more eco upgrades though. And do we curse this? Okay, we have a locust swarm here. Kind of the most random locust swarm in the history of AoM. Right there. He's might end up locusting his own villagers, potentially, if this one swarm moves over here enough. But this is kind of weird here. These units aren't going to get up in time. I almost would have cursed this. Okay. These units walk like all the way up here. Halfway up, oh, right here, and they're like, dang it! Nope, didn't work. Now they gotta come back here. A little bit of a marching exercise. Now what the Hades player needs to do is get his building upgrades. Yeah, that Locust, it had a lot bigger of an area back in the old days. There were more swarms and they moved more, but they did less damage kind of overall. But if you could get the swarms to land on the one spot, they would absolutely wreck everything. And we see the Eclipsed Petsuchos. Eclipsed Petsuchos, get this. 82.5 attack. That's a ton of damage. Not literally, because it's not 2,000, but it's pretty close to it. And as long as they don't shoot at the heroes, they'll do a lot of damage. And you can't dodge. But yeah, it's kind of disappointing to see that. Like, they're gonna one-hit all of these units. Here's the little bit of a problem now that you can see with Petsuchos if you don't micro them, is that so much of their damage is being wasted. Like, they're overkilling these units by like 200 HP. Like, all of these Petsuchos, he could have just one-shot every single Taxodi. So I think the moral of the story there is that if you have no micro, Eclipse Petsuchos really aren't that great. Because he could have, like, flattened everything. There's the curse. Got 1, 2, 3, 6 chariots, and I think that's it. Yes, they still are that good in currently. 55 base. Now, the one thing to note before everyone starts going crazy is that with only a couple exceptions, the damage shown is per second. So like a chariot with a slow wind-up, it's got like a 2-second animation. Actually does about 19 damage per shot. The Petsuchos, this is not damage per second. This is damage per shot. So it's not quite as high as it seems because they have like a 3 or 4 second animation, probably 3 second. So it's not as high as it might seem. The other unit that has that is the Son of Osiris. The damage shown is the damage it does per attack. But Petsuchos are still very strong. Now, when you manage them the way Action has managed them this game, they don't look quite as strong as they really are. Like, he's thrown away so many. He wasted his Eclipse. And now, even though we had Sensuy here throwing away units time after time again, we now kind of had Action throw away his units. And now it's back even again, with Sensuy making a lot of Peltas. You don't see a lot of Peltas these days. Those are the only 2 units that I know of. There's probably a few others. The reason for that is because they actually share the same attack in the files. The Son of Osiris attack is the same attack as the Petsuchos. I think it's tagged as a lightning attack, technically. I mean, that's just what it's worded in the files, I do believe. This game was played in 2009, and we might have a... okay, I like this. A little bit of a Petrobolus behind the walls. I would like to see maybe Sensuy age up. It looks like he's waiting for his market. My question is, does he go Hades? Or, I mean, does he go Hades? Well, he's Hades. Does Sensuy go Earthquake? Or, well, the answer is right at the top of the screen. He went up Hephaestus. He does have the favor needed for Forge of Olympus, which is really strong, as long as he can afford it, which he's going to be able to. Got a... Ooh. A lot of idle bills here. Now, Sensuy is fighting a losing fight. Good micro to keep on the Peltas here. You got to keep up with them, otherwise they'll start shooting at the elephant, and then they're useless. So, as long as they keep shooting at the chariots, they're alright. But we can see now they're throwing their javelins at the elephant. That doesn't work. Peltas, I feel like, get a little bit of a harder knock than what they deserve. There are a few situations where they do well, but they still require micro in those situations, and because they're one of the few units in the game that if they aren't microed, they basically do 0 damage. As we see the mercenary spam up here. But yes, their range is not very good. Their range is 16, so like they don't really counter chariots because chariots are 20 and they're fast. So there's some niche uses for them occasionally. But they require a lot of maintenance to be effective. And we see the... like right here. This is where the Petsuchos shine. Is getting these 2 villagers down. I mean... look. Yeah, whatever. Uh-oh. Sensuy might be... he's out of economy. Because... oh... alright, you know those villagers that I pointed out as being idle up here? I think he just moved them. Which is why he's at 0 gold and he's losing his forward town center. That does have just fortified. And that's not too good. As we see 4 monuments here. The Isis monuments are not cheap. And Sensuy would like to get his armory upgrade. What's the reason behind it? I feel like the reason behind it is that Ensemble was too worried that if they have as good of range or slightly better than other ranged units, that they would completely nullify them. I mean, they're equal to Toxotes, I believe. I think both have 16. And the chariots are a little bit of an exception because they have more range than normal. But yeah, the Peltas don't generally do super well against chariots. I mean, like here, the chariots should just run. But, I mean, well managed, the Peltas can do some work, but the chariots should have ran here a little bit sooner than what they did. But the Peltas can chase them away. They're going to go after this this priest now. But in a way, these might as well almost just be Toxotes, because then they can kill everything else too. So that's kind of the one downside I guess, to Peltas is like there's so few scenarios where they're better than Toxotes, where you might as well just have Toxotes. And oh, the meteor too late! Town center gets up, and it will not kill the town center because it's a Hades town center, and meteor isn't super good anyway. But it looks really cool. Really is super impressive. But it doesn't do a whole lot in the long run. Nice little side push here. The Phoenix is going to come up and try to kill those. Sensuy isn't in a bad spot here. The Phoenix should kill these before it dies. There it is. Oh, the Phoenix. Oh, okay. All right, all right. He almost... There he goes. All right. You know, I think the Phoenix might have its damage per second, too. Or this... Maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe not. That might not be. It's hard to say. Might not. I think maybe no. But there's the Phoenix down. Do we have the... We do see... We're starting to see upgrades piling in. So he does have Forge of Olympus, though I would like to see a couple more armory upgrades. One problem, though. And this is such old-style ISIS. The Ancestor... You know, not going Ancestors, going Hathor instead, and then going Thoth. Like, I mean, you don't really see ISIS played anymore anyway, but this was pretty common for much of the early phase of AoM and AOT, I mean, was to go up through Thoth and get really strong Thoth elephants. They've really fallen off the cliff in that they don't ever get used anymore, mainly because ISIS doesn't see much use. But even before that, when ISIS was still being used, like, you almost never saw, like within the last few years, Thoth anymore. And I still think there's room for it. Like, Thoth elephants can really tank. They're pretty decent. Like, I think there's still room for it. Why do people take ISIS? People used to really value the god power being blocked by monuments because Titans used to be really common, especially in the beginning of AOT. Titans were super, super common, and it often came down to just Titans and who got a Titan, who didn't. And a lot of times you'd go Thoth to blast the opponent Titan, and then you'd have your Titan gate safe because of monuments. You also get the free 9 pops space. That's pretty big, actually. We see this town center go down, and the wave of mercs coming in. Gladiator is sitting, though, at 0 economy for whatever reason. Let's see how his eco upgrades are. He should be alright. The one thing about elephants is they are pretty pop heavy to get there. I mean, it's a ton of food to put into upgrades. And almost question, though, Thoth a little bit. I know you're facing Hades, but get this. He did not go Nephthys. So he doesn't have good priests, and he didn't go Osiris, so he has no way to kill Colossus. We got some elephants coming down here. Yeah, you got to start getting your crenellation towers up. That's really the only way to counter fully upgraded elephants. Crenellation towers. He does not have crenellations yet. Yeah, we got a lot of wasted pop up here, but yeah, we can see these 2 Colossus will take this town center down. They live forever. I'd like to maybe see them eat some gold to get their health back. At least this one, maybe. This one has 6 hit points. There he goes. No, no, the elephant have been at 5 pop for a very long time. I'm pretty sure all of AOT they were 5 pop. I think it was an AoM change maybe. You might be thinking of, I don't know. But the problem is he does not have crenellations yet, so these elephants are living forever. Like, crenellations would probably have saved this town center. That ×3 damage is so important. But yeah, he has no answer to the Colossus. Action does. So these Colossus can just kind of sit here and just mow down buildings for so long. Like, basically just tickling the Colossus here. Like, the priest is doing like 3 damage a second. That's not very good. And Madara with the host. I appreciate that, my friend. Hope you guys are all doing well. And you are tuning in to an old 2009 game between Sensuy, the red player, and Action, the blue player. And so far, I kind of saw a lot of stuff happening in the middle. Players losing army. And now we're getting to where we added Action forward build on the bottom here. But it's getting punched away by Colossus, and with Action going up, what do you go up? Thoth and Nephthys. He's gonna have some hard time. Hard time here. So we'll see how he. I mean, he's gonna be able to spam mercenaries like forever, but if Sensuy gets like a temple up here and a fortress, he could probably push this town center down, and that's the main trade town center. But look at this wave of mercenaries here. Oh man, mercs were so disgusting. I mean, they still kind of are, but having said that, these mercenaries he trained here basically are just a complete waste of resources. What are they doing? I mean, they're all attacking the Colossus. They're really accomplishing nothing. Like, and Action was one of those players who spammed a ton of mercenaries to the point where I think it actually made him worse. Like, I feel like his playstyle, in that he relied so heavily on mercenaries, kind of prevented him from like becoming a better player. But that's another topic for another day. I would like to see even a little bit of a raid on the markets up here. I mean, he's got... Use your... If you don't know this, if you hold shift and click on your idle military button, it will select every single idle military unit that you have. Same thing with your caravan button or your idle villagers. Just hold shift and click those, and it'll click everything that's currently idle. In case you don't know, that's your tip of the day. Yeah, I feel like either player could win this right now. Like, Sensuy can win if he abuses the Colossus. And Action can win if he abuses mercenaries and does like a tower mercenary push on this town center. And oh, we've got the Titan coming down. Alright, we'll see a Titan. Sensuy is also getting the Titan Age. So we'll see a couple Titans here, I think. Unless one gets smashed down. Man, this is a little risky putting it here with this Colossus there. I didn't quite start getting the resources yet. Oh, there are the Gastrophades. So, 200 resources for one of these archers. That is so expensive. Okay, get on the building. Doesn't have any of the extra building upgrades. It's a bit of a mistake at this point. just disgusting. But this is what Action would do. He would relied on mercenaries so heavily, but like oftentimes he just used them so inefficiently. Like, what's the point? I mean, I guess when you have 3,000 resources, why not? But then it's also like he's wasting population space in this nonsensical trade. And we got a few villagers trying to push forward here. Like, if Action just like towered forward here slowly and then just catapulted behind it, he would get this town center down. And now we've got all the mercenaries up here. I mean, it's just like just such a crutch for bad gameplay. Like, oh, you're about to take on my town center with Hades. Guess what? I'm going to now insta-train 15 units that don't cost any pop. And that don't care that it costs me 2,000 resources because I have a trade route and that's infinite. Now, having said all that, Sensuy's path to victory here is to start cutting the trade route. I mean, there's nothing. We can see this part of the map is just wide open. There's nothing there, but not taking advantage of it. I mean, there's ways to get around it. I wouldn't say Eggy is broken. The main problem is that players overvalue, like when playing against Egyptian, players overvalue the town center kill instead of doing the trade route cut. Like in many situations, it's before you try to go all in and kill the town center, it's better to cut the trade. And usually the trade is more open. Like what you do is you cut the trade to here, which would be really easy to do right now. And then you could start going for the town centers. But in this situation, going for a town center, unless you've got like 3 or 4 Colossus, you're not gonna get it down. And if you do get it down, getting it to stay down is gonna be tough. A lot of towers here, and well, it's Hades versus Isis. What did you expect? But a long game where not a lot's going on. We might end up seeing a wonder from Gladiator, is my guess. Catapult up here hiding in the forest. Here they are, another pure wave of mercenaries. And he's slowly building forward here. Slowly. Yeah, I don't know what the point is of the axeman that I'm seeing. I know he sees hoplites, but I mean, you might as well just have your mercenaries fight the axeman and then just put all your pop in either elephants or catapults. Oh yeah, if mercenaries cost pop, that would completely change things. The problem is that would completely change the function of the unit. Which, Red's Eco, I think he has a ton of gold and not a whole lot of anything else. His Eco upgrades are, yeah, he's missing the last wood one. Finally got the upgraded gold Colossus now. He's going to have to come down here and probably clear that out. Got the Titan here. I don't know why Action decided to build this with only 11 villagers, but he's doing it. Yeah, the axeman here, oh, jeez. Town center goes down. Should not have gone down. Don't forget, too, that Action has a couple building upgrades, or building techs. Not building techs, building relics, so better crush armor. You can see, that's actually pretty significant. And then plus 390 hit points. I don't think Egyptian players would be able to live with that change. Especially because everybody just plays with auto Q on, they're all their military. Personally, I think the best thing to do is just to put their they have to, I think mercs just, along with the, what's in effect now is train time nerf, which is actually a little more significant than people realize, but it should also be combined with a pretty heavy armor nerf down to like standard units, like 5% and 20% armor. Yeah, all the mercs here are getting mowed down by these Hades towers. And there are no the catapults are getting banged down. And the town center is down. He has this here that he can spam his mercs from. But they're not going to keep that town center down. Now we have Titans for both players. Colossus probably should come up here and get this Migdal next. But yeah, this is the weak point here. Is this. He needs to... Sensuy needs to cut that off. I also am a little bit worried about this not getting cleared out. This could cause some problems. You get a couple catapults over here, and then you can, I mean, one Migdal with all the Thoth upgrades can just spam out the units forever. Now with the old Cyclops, with the old Colossus, should be able to get down the Titan pretty decently. Would like to see them target the Titan. Got the heroes coming out. Yep, here comes Achilles, and Chiron is getting trained. These two Colossus are almost dead. You might as well just have them die and maybe retrain new ones. But action is that... I mean, look at this. How about you delete some trade route here? In action 2, it's the same problem. I mean, we're sitting at way too many caravans. Not able to do a whole lot. And I don't like this from Sensuy here. I think he should stay in the middle with a Titan. Yeah, overall, I mean, I'd talk about, oh, no, you can't take free shots like this. There you go. Just turn and fight. You might as well. And try to get this. Oh, come on, Colossus. Come on. Get on the town center. Have the hoplites kill the villagers. There we go. All right. Now we have these two Titans swinging at each other. This Titan will live, but we're talking Hades town centers with towers. I don't know what the Titan will be able to do except maybe get this spot back for action. But yeah, this Titan will live with maybe 1,500 hit points, somewhere around there. And oh, didn't quite get off that last shot. Yeah, definitely last shot. I mean, over time, players have gotten better and better. Like, these are the top players in 2011. I think if we saw these two players doing what they did now, they'd maybe be 1,700 max. Because this just isn't super great gameplay. I mean, everything is just a little bit slower. Like the ISIS player here, unnerfed Egyptian, like, should win this game so easily. But he's not. I mean, I think we've seen so far, like, why. I mean, we just got, like, wasted pop space everywhere. I mean, he's got 9,000 gold, 5,000 food for what? I mean, that's so much population wasted in units that are doing nothing. We have nothing going on this side of the map. I mean, this trade route is just so vulnerable. And here it is! The wonder! The wonder. So we're going to have a timer coming soon with about probably 12, 13 minutes left on the game. I might do a little fast forward here. These two games are both pretty long. But yeah, see, this was also action 2. Is like, I don't know if a lot of players talk about action anymore, but I know he was kind of considered to be pretty good back in the day. Oh! But like this, like I only played him a few times, and this is what I remember from playing him. Like there's no reason he should have to resort to a wonder in order to win this game. Like no reason at all. We'll fast forward a little bit here. Okay, so we're finally now somehow. Oh, he has the obelisk, so he knows what's coming. But yeah, so the wonder here, I feel like Sensuy should win this game. I feel like he should. Given the situation right now, he should be able to win this game. He's going to be really set back, though, if this town center goes up. Like, really? Okay, he noticed. You challenged me to AoE 2 match. What do I do? You give me your login and I'll play for you. Okay, so he's stopping this. Needs to kill the Pharaoh. Needs to kill the Pharaoh. Perseus just says solo down. Okay, the Pharaoh's down. Alright, yes, finally! What should have happened like 12 minutes ago. And now we've got the Colossus coming. But I say that's about a wonder. The one strength of a wonder is that it causes players to lose their minds. Like right now, this pressure up here by Sensuy, these units should not be here right now. What Sensuy should be doing, he has plenty of time. He's got 10 minutes. He should have controlled this spot. Get up 4 to 2 town centers. Do this. This is good. But this premature push up here shouldn't be happening. He should get this town center first. We see these Toxotes just like getting queued to their death. Because he's got plenty of time. I mean, he's got 10 minutes. And there's no walls. There's nothing here right now. Like, just take 2 minutes. Get this. And then you can push up here. Alright, so now he split the trade route. That's really good. The problem is Action does have 11,000 resources, aka gold, in the bank. So he's going to be able to sit without a trade route for a while. This town center not quite going down. Think of these build. You know what? These upgrades here for his buildings. This relic gives an extra 1,500 hit points on the wonder, and he's also got the relic that makes them have more crush armor. So I don't know how this is gonna go for Sensuy, because he's now basically abandoning this middle spot here and is trying to go all in on this. And he's gonna clear this out. But does he see? He's not gonna kill the wonder, because here's what's gonna happen. At least not now. These mercenaries are about to get spammed from this town center. Here they come, and the Gastrophates will all die. And then you've only got 2 Colossus here. Oh yeah, get on the trade route. So Gladiator will slowly run out of his gold, because of how heavily he's relying on mercenaries to get anything accomplished in this game. Hey, Meowsel with the cow. Good to see you, Meowsel. Now here come all the mercs. Now the problem is, as long as the mercs are just like fighting the Colossus and the Hoplites, this town center will stay down. So this push is actually working a little better than I thought it would. He's trying. Oh man. Sensuy thought he had a nice little fortress build here. Here come a couple elephants. And I guess we'll just casually waste 20 pop down there. The market is back up because this has been dealt with. So the trade's going to come again. Got a lot of Gastrophades here. Well, why is he shooting its towers? Just start getting at the Wonder. Oh. No. Villagers coming forward. You can guess he can kill the villies. Like, I don't know what he's doing with his units right now. Like, he can start tagging the Wonder a little bit. Instead, he's kind of just milling around. I mean, it's 6.5 minutes now. Or he hasn't done really much of anything. Now, the trade route's back. Now we've got 6 there. Yeah, Gastrophades, they're pretty decent units, but yeah, they are pretty vulnerable. No patch, they cost too much. 200 resources, that's a ton. I don't know why he's aiming at these towers. Like, I'm really confused. No, this is not Gladiator Hero. Gladiator is action. Soup Power is Sensuy. Alright, well, he's... He did get 18 damage in on the Wonder there. But for some reason, he like decided all the towers needed to get killed first. And here come these elephants that with all the Kren towers down here, they aren't going to accomplish anything. So this is a waste of pop space. This town center is completely fine. Because the town center is down, Gladiator is out of market trade again. And now the attack on the Wonder is coming. Now we've got the fully upgraded Wonder, 15,498 hit points. So it's not going to go down now. Not yet, anyway. But they've got it down 4,000. And remember, the Colossus here, there's nothing to kill the Colossus. And Gladiator just happily spawning pure mercenaries out of his town center. And the forward is... There's a decent little bit of a forward here still from Sensuy. Now we're getting the Gastrophades on it. Oh, this might not actually be as close as I thought, because Gladiator here has just kind of suddenly fallen apart. I really liked his 6 elephant attack here that did nothing. That was really impressive. And the Wonder, that might go down pretty quick. We've got the... Nothing can kill these Colossus. Unupgraded Priest. I mean, you've got all these catapults too that are kind of accomplishing nothing. And there's still another Colossus, and this one's coming up as well. You might get a little path block though. And alright, you can wander this way, and now we're at 4,500 hit points. But the Gastrophades are dead. The Colossus getting path blocked. The trade route is back again. 4 minutes. 4 minutes to get this last 3,000 hit points left. Look how long these Colossus are living. 29, 28, 27, and now we're going to have 2 pounding away. No villagers repairing. Well, 3, but that's basically no. Down to 2,000. Oh, 3 minutes. And the gas. I think this Wonder is going to go down now. It is. Yes. The Wonder is down just like that. Actually, this should not have been as easy as it was for Sensuy. And now we've got the mercenaries all over here. And now the Wonder's down. Sensuy, I mean... Oh, he's only at 120 of 160 pop. Now, do we have like this strange turn of events where he gets this town center back and then pushes through the middle? Is that what we're going to see? Action Hat can build another Wonder here pretty soon. I love how he's not like killing this wall so that these caravans have to like walk around it. But yeah, there's just nothing to kill the Colossus. These mercenaries just everywhere. Alright, so like Sensuy, it seems like Sensuy, he's sitting at 118 of 160 full pop here. Look, he put everything into killing this wonder, and he killed the wonder, and now he's like, what do I do? The wonder's dead. He didn't resign. Like, what do I do? He's down at what? 90 pop here. He's got some villagers trying to put in another build here. Oh, the game isn't over. We got a catapult down here. Superpower has crazy amount of resources. But as long as there's a Colossus up here, you can keep this down. Come on, get on it. Get on it. Yep, there we go. Bam, slamma jamma. I will say, I am a little bit confused about the hoplites at this point. He's not Zeus, so they don't get any attack bonus against buildings. As we can see here, there are a lot of axemen, and there's a lot of mercenaries. The hoplites really aren't accomplishing anything. But that apparently is that's all that's coming in. All that's coming in are the hoplites. That's it. Well, there's only 2 elephants. But, I mean, the hoplites, he's still only getting a, like a 10% attack bonus against the elephants. What units? Almost just pure archers. Archers and Colossus. But even less archers and more of just building spam. Because, I mean, even the archers, I mean, you just funnel them in. Like, they're not really accomplishing a whole lot. But I mean, late game, it's almost... Like, eventually when you get into late game, it's almost where you're not making human units anymore. Kind of. Because the value is in siege and getting buildings behind walls and stuff. And then you're just sieging with and fighting with buildings. And you have to have, like, some units, obviously. But... like, late game, your human units kind of fall off. To some extent. But yeah, the Colossus are fine. I mean, those are great. But I would love to just see more siege. Like, you might as well not make hoplites. I don't think. Because they don't really accomplish anything. Where is the Pharaoh? He might be empowering something, or... I don't know where he's at. He might have died again. I thought I heard him get respawned up. I like this. I love this. Ah! Gladiator almost out of resources now, though. So once he's out of resources, it's kind of going to be game over, I feel like. So in the end... I think we do have a red victory. Slowly. Surely. And now that he can't mass out the the mercenaries, now the hoplites look a little better. And all that fun business. But, yeah. In the end, it's just no answer for the Colossus. That was the danger that Blue put himself in. By going up Hathor Thoth. Just nothing can kill the Colossus. Man, I love seeing this. Trade blocks is like one of the best things in the game. Like, this is just awesome to see. I mean, this makes me so happy. But yeah, that's it. We are gonna see the ISIS with a well-deserved loss here, as Sensuy is slowly tightening things up. We see Gladiator is now at 53 food, 42 wood, 18 gold. Yeah, let's see. We're on the view lock here, Gladiator. See what he's got going on for him. Not a whole lot. He's looking at his trade. Kind of trying to see what he's doing. Yep, yep. Oh, we go. He's like, I need to trade. Oh, man. He's still at 0 resources. I like it. Elephants can't even fit through here. Oh, man. This ended up being like a train wreck of a game. Oh, you just resigned, man. Yeah, right when I said it. You did it. GG. In the end, both of these games kind of played out similarly into an elongated late game. I'll say that sometimes people overvalue long games as being good. Just because a game was long doesn't necessarily mean it was good. It can mean it was good, but just being long sometimes just means you wasted more time. But that's it. 2 long games. One with a wonder, one without. There's really no reason that the ISIS player should lose this matchup having this much of an economy advantage at all. No reason. You can see both of them hoarding resources like Scrooge. Red ended up being way ahead in the score at the end of the game. Kill death, 874 killed, 40 lost. Your kill death ratio into a merc spamming Egyptian is always going to look worse than what it is because you aren't killing the mercs. They are eventually just dying to their lifespan. And Skilla with the follow right at the end. AoE 2 doesn't have timelines? Yes, it does. Just not nearly as detailed. It's just got the pops timeline, doesn't it? Basically just this, with divided between military and yeah. Yeah, the timeline's pretty useful. AoE 3 had a nice one too. Built up on it a little bit. It also Age 3 also did idle villagers, so it was a little bit bugged because if you had like an idle villager, it would just spike way up, and then even like for 1 second it would spike up. But I guess you could see, because I remember looking at my graphs at the end of Age 3 games and seeing my idle villagers like just a straight line. Like, that's why I lost. Well, anyway, that was it for tonight. Depending on my time, I may play some 1v1s like a lot later, but we'll see what happens. But I appreciate everybody tuning in. It was a good crowd, a good couple of long games. It ended up being much longer than I thought it would be. And some good support. So real quick here, I guess I can get you guys to the overlay. See me for a sec, and I'm gonna go through and give a few thanks out to. Sometimes I forget to thank people for things, because I appreciate the follows, the hosts, the raids. Try to show people that I appreciate that, but I usually forget. But yeah, that's it. I'm gonna have to pick up this board game back here though. Been away a little too long. Take a look at my activity feed here. Had a few resubscriptions. Blossom Goose, Raha resubscribed, Ariel subscribed. Ariel also did 500 bits, which was good as well, and a few new followers. Skilla, Zuda. Man, that's a name from the past. One poop. Arc 72, Karaka King, Nagutum, with follows. And I will check Ariel's later. See about the PayPals. I'll send you a message on the Twitch. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'll catch you all later sometime. Hope you guys enjoyed the games. And Cameron XPL changed his name, and I leave. Yep, I gotta go. So appreciate everybody. Hope you guys liked the show and my nice